Being new in my position, I'm only 6 months in, and I thought it would be a great way to learn tribal leadership and governance so that I could be able to do my job better.
I was hoping to get a better understanding of self-governance, land in the trust, and a better understanding of historical trauma.
Aiki nanswe Phil Albers nakadukwa arar. Beith pchitichis nithinati. My name is Phil Albers. I'm a Karuk person, and I have 4 children.
My name is Kelly Carrillo. I'm the Deputy Tribal Administrator for the Tule River Tribe.
My name is Alfonso Colgrove. I'm an enrolled member of the Hoopa Valley Tribe, and I currently work for the Yurok Tribe in the Office of Self-Governance.
My name is Nelson Chasky. I'm Dakota and Anishinaabe. I'm a program educator at Elk Grove Unified School District.
My name is Brandy Morning Dove Pratt. I am from the Cedarville Rancheria Northern Paiute Tribe. I am an elected tribal secretary.
John Kinney Jr. I'm an enrolled member of the Bishop Paiute Tribe.
My name is Kendra Campbell. I'm from the Laytonville Caddo Tribe. I'm the Secretary-Treasurer.
My name is Sonny Elliott. I'm the Vice Chairman for the Hopland Band of Pomo Indians.
Ralph Troy Hatch, Shingle Springs Tribal TANF, Prevention Coordinator there.
I'm Sarah Dutchke-Sitzwilo. I'm a member and tribal council member from the Ione Band of Miwok Indians here in California. As somebody who came from a California tribe and lived in a very small town my whole life where all of our tribal members reside, I found the process of moving away and going to college to be particularly challenging and scary, especially having gone by myself without anybody in my family or any community members from my tribe. So I think as the California Tribal College continues to grow, I think it's a great thing, especially for tribal leaders and tribal youth, to have somewhere to go that feels comfortable, where there are other people who grew up in small communities just like they did, understanding of tribal culture, traditions, and ways, and the way tribes look at things.
This certificate program was the first time that it was driven by the needs of the tribes, through surveys, through other endeavors where we identified what those needs were, distilled them down into a program that would be most useful in the shortest amount of time.
Everything in the program was designed to help you encourage, engage, and enrich your tribal communities with some skills, knowledge, and abilities.
Federal Indian Boarding School was all about assimilation. They wanted to kill the Indian and save the man.
By sharing what has happened, by telling the stories, we're honoring our ancestors, and we're helping future generations understand what people have gone through from the beginning of contact, European contact, until now.
I really appreciated Dr. Reed's presentations and how passionate and sincere she was throughout the entire thing. She really offered a humanization of what this historical trauma was.
Not just the history of Natives throughout California, but the history of the law and the history of the authority and the governance and how it manages with sovereignty and self-determination.
As being a student of a year and a half ago, it opened my eyes to a lot of different legislation and things that I was not aware of that affected any country from 150 years ago that set the precedent to today.
Indian nations live under federal law, and it constantly changes. It is whatever the Supreme Court said yesterday. It is whatever Congress decided and the President signed yesterday. It's constantly evolving.
So John Marshall needed a non-religious reason to justify this doctrine of discovery, this religious idea that the United States, just by being the United States, was a superior sovereign.
And it's the job of the government of these nations to know the law that they live under and to shape it, to prevent bad things from happening, to advance the good for the welfare of their people, and to know what it is they're up against.
Past few days has made me realize how complicated the law is. And if you read the presenters' bios, I mean, they're very well educated and intelligent, and they're still, talk about the complications of the law.
The Articles of Federation, the transition to the Constitution was all about who had the power with respect to the Indian Nation.
The fact of the matter is that California has a unique history, both by virtue of geography and interrelationship with the United States. The treatment of Native people here has been especially antagonistic. And so given the unique dynamics of California politics and federal politics and the vastness of the state and the number of tribes, it's really an essential, I think, that there be an educational center focused on California tribal legal issues.
The way some of the cases turned out that the attorneys talked about, I think that kind of opened my eyes up, and I mean, good or bad, whether it was a good outcome for tribes or a bad outcome for tribes, I think kind of opened my eyes and gave me an idea of how we got to where we're at.
We have a fifth of the nation's tribes are in California, and that's only the recognized tribes. There are lots of unrecognized tribes here as well. There are special laws and rules that apply to tribes in California that don't apply in other areas. There are very complicated issues in California stemming from things like tribal state gaming compacts, amendments to the California Constitution that make California special. And frankly, we have lots and lots of small tribes here in California who just don't have access to the type of information that the California Tribal College provides.
The timelines of what happened, when it happened with the government and in policy, that really stood out to me, and that's something I will take home.
Higher education that honors them as learners, incorporates language and culture, and presents courses that are applicable to healthy, sustainable tribal communities. They end up not knowing where they belong and not having coping mechanisms. And that creates a setup for the disidentification.
I feel like Dr. Kipp did a great job providing tools to help people understand there are ways to identify, recognize, assess, and even process historical trauma in so many different ways.
It was a great opportunity to meet with other tribes and network. I've handed out all of my business cards, I've gotten some business cards, and I've really made connections with other tribes that I feel after I go home I can reach out to them and say, hey, you know, I have a problem with this, what would you do? And I hope that they feel the same way about me.
It really does provide an opportunity for that outreach and for that connection.
In this space, we're able to build critical understandings together with each other.
We can join together and sort of throw off the shackles of colonization.
All the Native people from different areas, we have that connection. We have these things that we can help each other with. And so it's really good to be able to bounce ideas off each other or even ask somebody a question because, you know, they went down that road before. They know a little bit better. So, you know, I really believe that we all help each other out.
I think it's going to be beneficial for all, you know, Natives throughout the country.
It's provided me a space of relational understanding with people.
In a group setting with other Natives, it's been great to share and be able to learn stories from them and know that we're not alone.
We get information, we get the ability to do those things in order to create a better world for everyone, not just ourselves.
With everything I learned here at the California Tribal College, I have confidence to bring enough information that I learned here back to my tribe, and I'm very confident that we can move forward and progress.
The Tribal College will provide those critical courses and those critical certificates and those critical Associate of Arts degrees so that our people have the knowledge, skills, and ability to continue to move our tribes forward as a dynamic force in California.
Where my leaders at?